the Reverend Dr. L. Ronald Durham. This weekly program opens the phone lines for you to call in live and share your questions or comments. On this program, we discuss the latest news and opinions of things that may affect the lives of those here in Daytona Beach and the nation. So join Dr. Durham for today's program.
The following show is a sponsor of Joy 106.3. Joy 106.3 is parent company Ringer Broadcasting, Inc. Its owners and associates take no responsibility for the opinions or statement made by the talk show hosts, callers, or their guests. Statements or show topics are not necessarily the beliefs of this radio station.
Good afternoon, beloved, and welcome to this edition of Let's Chat America. I am your radio host, the Reverend Dr. L. Ronald Durham. My lovely co-host, Maureen, a.k.a. Mo, she is in the building, but she's not going to be on the air with us today, more than likely. She might sneak in for a minute or two. We've got a power-packed show for you today, 2 guests, so sit back and enjoy this program. You know what you do. If you need to call in, join the conversation. Pick up the phone, dial the numbers 386-868-3411. That's 386-868-3411. Tyler is our studio engineer. She is behind the board today, and if you call, she'll get you on the air. Those of you who are watching us on Facebook Live, hello, we see you and you see us. Well, we don't really see you, but you see us. We feel you, I'll put it that way. And we would like you to put a comment there if you'd like, or a question. Tyler will get it to us and we'll get it on the air. 2 guests, as I mentioned today, so we're going to be moving really quickly to get both of these important programs on the radio today. Today I'm interviewing from the City Housing Authority, City of Daytona Beach, Miss Seletha Bradley. She is the Director of Resident Services and Community Engagement for the Housing Authority, and she was my co-host back in the day.
Yes.
when we were on the air together with The Secret Power of Prayer. Seletha, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
So good to have you on. This is a great program that the Housing Authority is doing, so I wanted to get you on the air so you could talk about it. So let's jump right in, because it's part of a Choice Neighborhood Grant.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what the Choice Neighborhood Planning Grant is all about.
Okay, so the Choice Neighborhood Planning Grant is a federal initiative designed to support the development of comprehensive community-driven plans to revitalize distressed neighborhoods. It focuses on transforming housing, people, neighborhoods by engaging residents, stakeholders, and local partners in the planning process. So it was this grant was given to the city, the Housing Daytona Beach as the grantee, and the co-grantee is the City of Daytona Beach. Right. So in partnership, they have been working together to transform the Palmetto Park, Caroline Village, Walnut Oak, and the Midtown area. And so it's been like almost a 2-year plan that they've been working on, but that's what it is, to revitalize that area.
Okay. And listen, there's nothing like the cooperation that we've seen over the years between the Housing Authority, City of Daytona. We've got some neighborhoods that really need the kind of help that I think this grant is going to provide. So I'm really excited, and I know the residents are excited as well.
Yes.
So they're looking forward to it, and we're looking forward to what's going on. If you're just tuning in, listen, pick up the phone, tell folk that live in Daytona Beach they need to tune into the radio right now, because we're talking about a neighborhood planning grant called Neighborhood Choice Neighborhoods, and it's coming here to Daytona Beach. You might be in the community where this is going to help revitalize, improve, and bring back some of the aesthetics that some of the storms and floods in this area have really diminished a good part of our communities, especially in the Midtown area. So tell them to tune in right now. 386-868-3411 is the call-in number. If you've got a question you want to ask Seletha about this grant and about the Housing Authority, pick up the phone, 386-868-3411. So Seletha, can you walk us through, because I know there was a lot of planning that had to go into getting this grant to happen. So walk us through the planning process.
Okay, so once we received the grant, we had several processes that we had to go through. The planning process has been involved in 2 years of collaboration with community members, city officials, housing authorities, and other stakeholders. This inclusive process included the public meetings, workshops, surveys, visioning sessions to ensure the final plan that reflects the needs and aspiration of historic Midtown communities. So we have completed this transformation planned. We're at the last stage of it, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. Why we're having that special event that's coming up. But a lot of work we have been involved with. Like I said, different community people in the community, agencies, getting everybody's input on it. What they see. We've had several meetings at the Dickerson Center over the last 2 years, where people can come and see the plans. Like I say, visioning boards, vision plans, the early action activity, and things that we had to put in place as part of the plan as well.
And that's so important, Seletha, because oftentimes people will come into a community, they think they know what the community needs, but nobody knows better what the community needs than the people who live right there, and they're there every single day. So putting the partnerships together and the collaboration with the community is so vital. If you're just tuning in, we're talking about a cooperation between the Daytona Beach Housing Authority, the City of Daytona Beach, and it is a new grant. Choice Neighborhoods grant is coming to the City of Daytona Beach to help improve and revitalize some of the communities that we have in our city. So, Seletha, what is the early action activity? Because that's part of what's going to be happening, and why is that important to the process?
Okay, so the early action activity, along the way of planning this, the process of revitalizing, pulling people together, having the visioning boards, including everybody along the way the process can be a little lengthy, so people get bored and they may think, oh, this is never going to happen. And so the early action activity is one of those things that HUD say, hey, put this in place. We got together, we got ideas from everybody, people in the community, youth, our officials in the city, as to see what they would like. So the early action activity is a project that you can do in the area where you're planning to rebuild. Now, it can't be like a service, it can't be a building or anything else. And so that early action activity can be anything like monuments, it can be a bench in the area, it can be murals in the area, anything that kind of like give people, to improve the area which is, you're in, colorful, the things that are needed. And so what we came up with as part of the early action activity proposal that we had to submit to HUD at the last minute, pretty much because we got all of them. We had a lot of plans, but there was also things that we had to look at that we needed to submit. And so we came up with I'm trying to remember the name of it now. It was a kickoff with icons that we are honoring in that area. So I don't know if you remember doing like Black History Month. They have all of the icons going down ISD, right? Yeah. So we have decided to take those same names and people in the James Huger Park area and put them, do murals in that area and do monuments with all of their names on it, of all of the deceased people that you see. And so we're honoring that because it is a historic district, but it's called Icons Paved the Way.
Wow.
And in addition to that, because we want to incorporate Palmetto Park, the projects with that, we are honoring our athletes that come out of Palmetto Park, Caroline Village, and the Midtown area. And so we will have murals going from, I don't know if you know where the Butch Church is
Oh, yes.
on
Hawk
yes,
Street.
yes, on Hawk Street. And so there's going to be like a little pathway, not completely down to Palmetto Park, but kind of like leading up to the Mike L. Brown Center at Dickinson Center. There will be murals of some athletes that we are honoring for that area. So murals will be up, on them on the sidewalk, and there will be a bench also included with their names on it. And so back in February, we did what we called as an early action activity kickoff, where we honored these people that the murals are going to be, and I would like to call their names because it's important. They are the ones who grew up in the area and made a difference, and a lot of them are back in the community. They're working in the community. They're teachers. They've been principals. And so I just want to call their names out. Walter McCoy, he was an Olympian, and he received a gold medal. We have T.T. Tolliver, who was an NFL and arena football player. Earl Johnson, who played NFL football and track. And we have Bruce McNorton, who who's an NFL player. Bobby L. Bradley Jr., which is my brother, who made a difference when he was living in the area. Kenny Flowers, who also came back to work here in the community. He was an NFL player as well. And they all grew up here and went to the neighborhood schools. We have Percy Williamson, senior, who made a difference in the community. Rodney L. Williams and George Butts, Bishop Butts. All of these people are from the community. And then last but not least, Ronnie Williams, who is the daughter of Rodney Williams. That these people we are honoring. And so there you will see them, a mural, a picture of them on that sidewalk leading up. And it's kind of like, Walter McCoy was the one that was in, track and the gold medalist. So kind of like him leading the way. And so we're honoring them. And that's what the early action activity is.
Well, wow. It's going to be intensive. I know the community's going to receive it very, very well. If you're just tuning in, my guest today is Seletha Bradley. She's the Director of Resident Services and Community Engagement for the Housing Authority of Daytona Beach, Florida. And we're talking about a historic Midtown neighborhood choice planning grant that was awarded to the Housing Authority in cooperation with the city of Daytona Beach. It is exciting. A lot of different communities are going to be affected by this. Palmetto Park, Caroline Village, Walnut Oak, and those are some real old communities here in Midtown, and so this revitalization is going to be awesome. And Seletha, we got a question on our Facebook page from one of our listeners.
Sure.
And they're asking, will the city tear, or the Housing Authority or the city, tear down the Caroline Village homes and rebuild?
Caroline Village will be torn down, and no, they will not be rebuilt, but something is going on that property. But I would say come out on August 21st to the Dickinson Center at 6 p.m. and see what is going to happen. It is fabulous. All of the work between the Housing Authority and the city that has come together and collaborated and putting this plan together for our neighbors, for our community. So I would say to you to come out and just take a look and see what is actually going on that property.
All right. So you got the scoop right here, everybody. Yes, Caroline Village is going to be demolished. However, something brand new is going to be going up on that site. And if you go out to this event that we're talking about, you're going to get all that information and more.
Yes.
So tell your neighbors, Caroline Village, it is going to be redone, and you will like what you're going to see.
Oh, yes.
If you'd like to give us a call, pick up the phone, dial those 10 numbers, 386-868-3411. That's 386-868-3411. So when is the final transformation plan going to be due that you have to submit to HUD?
So this plan must be submitted to HUD September 2025.
So that's around the corner.
Yes, it is. And so we are in the final stage of putting this transformation plan submitted to them in hopes of I tell you, it's a very competitive grant. And so this is just the planning stage. This is saying to HUD, this is what we would like to do. This is what the neighborhood will look like. And so they have to compare that to other people who have applied for this same grant. And I believe it was 23 housing authority and cities that was given this grant. And so now that we're at this place of it, this state of it, we have to submit it in hopes that we will, and I believe we will.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah.
Get the money to revitalize, and it's time to revitalize those areas, because it floods
Yes.
every year,
Yes.
and when there's a heavy storm, and so we're looking forward to seeing what's going to happen there.
Yeah, and Midtown does sit at the bottom of that bowl
Yes.
here in Daytona Beach. If you ever look at a map of the city, you can see that the whole Midtown area is like a bowl, and it goes downward. And when the water, when we get heavy rain, that water just puddles and
Yes.
pools inside that bowl. And it's been an ongoing issue as long as I've been here, and that's 25 years. So I
Yes.
know it's been
Oh,
even
wow.
longer than that. It's been going on for a long, long time. So hopefully this grant will kind of mitigate
Yes.
some of those issues that we have in the Midtown area. And so finally, Seletha, boy, this went quick.
I know.
Finally,
Yes.
Tell us about the historic Midtown Choice Neighborhood Transformation Plan celebration, because there's going to be a big celebration that's going on.
It is.
And they're going to meet some of the developers, right?
Yes. But before we do that, I would like to point out that the early action activity portion of it, there was some other things that needed to go into place before we can actually do the murals and do the monuments at the James Huger Park, and that's like environmental review.
Okay.
And environmental review can hold up a lot of things.
Yes, yes.
And so we actually got an extension for the early action activity to be completed until we can get this the environmental review complete. So we're looking at a date to start that, those murals and the artwork and the monuments in September, planning to be completed by the end of December. So after this event that's coming up on the August 21st, I want everybody to just look forward to the murals that are going, that's going to be placed in James Huger Park. It's going to be wonderful. If you would like input on that, if you would like to meet the artists and come out and help, just contact me at the Housing Authority, and you will be able to do that.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. So it's going to really be wonderful, and I know the celebration is going to be something people are going to be excited about and can participate in, and looking forward to seeing what's going to happen when it's all finally done.
Yes.
And I know soon and very soon you're going to get the final approvals
Yes.
from HUD and
Oh,
be
yes.
able to move forward. and I can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
Yes, and so for the event that's coming up, the celebration, the historic Midtown Choice Neighborhood Transformation Plan celebration is a special event marking the accumulation of 2 years planning process.
Wow.
It's a time to unveil the community's markings, the visions, and the future, and recognize the hard work of everyone involved. Anyone that's been involved in this process, if you was involved in the people's planning, the neighborhood, any of that, your name will look for your name on this, because so many names are going on this list of people that have been involved in any kind of way. If you've been involved on a meeting that we've had, your name is going to be on this
Very
list.
nice. Very
And so
nice.
we just want to acknowledge everyone. We may leave somebody out. If you don't see your name, hey, come up and say, we will just add your name to it. But
Okay.
we want to make sure that everybody enjoy this time, and it's going to be, and also you'll be able to meet the developers. We have chosen the developers. That was a great process, a very important process to choose the right developers
Yes.
to, build these properties. And so they will be there as well. It will be August 21st
Okay.
at 6 p.m. You do not want to miss it. It's going to be food, prizes, and just come in. A lot of times, Dr. Durham, people say, well, I didn't know about it. I didn't have input.
Right.
And we've been doing this for 2 years, and people still say, well, I don't know about it.
Yeah.
But we have, we've been getting the word out. It's on Facebook. It's on the city website. It's on Housing Authority website. And so we just want to make sure that everybody has a voice.
So give us one more time the date, the time, and where people need to go.
Okay, so August 21st from 6 p.m. starts at 6, and that would be at the Dickerson Center.
At the Dickerson Center. All right, everybody, you don't want to miss it. This is going to be an exciting opportunity as parts of our city are going to be kind of really spruced up and,
Yes.
and made to look really nice. So be part of that process. You're going to enjoy being part of the celebration, I know. And you'll get to see the developers and kind of talk to them and get a feel for what their vision was as they helped put together this plan with the Housing Authority. Let's give a big shout out to the Housing Authority of Daytona Beach for putting this plan together, and the city of Daytona Beach together, because it takes a lot of effort to get done what you're going to see happening in our city. So, Seletha, thank you.
You're welcome.
And you know
Thank you.
this station is always available.
Oh, yes.
If you got information you need to get out to the community,
Thank you.
just let us know, and
I
we'll
will.
make sure that we get you on the air.
All right, thank
All
you.
right, my
Thank
dear.
you.
You
Mhm.
take care.
All righty.
We'll see you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, everybody, it's 21 minutes past the hour of 12 noon. We're broadcasting live from the studios of Joy 106.3 FM. This is Let's Chat America. My first guest was Miss Seletha Bradley. She is the Director of Resident Services and Community. I knew her when she was just nobody. Now she's a big star in the city. And she's working with the Housing Authority, doing a great job. As we mentioned, we got a double-barreled portion of information for you today. My second guest is no stranger to Let's Chat America. She is on with us at least once a month, and she's kind of been moving herself in her company, doing some new things now in a new location, but she is still faithful to getting that health and wellness information that we need here on the air. And her name is Nee Ma Do. Hey, Nee.
Hey, Dr.
How are
Durham.
you?
Thank you for having me back.
Well, always. We are so happy to have you, Nee. As you know, everyone works with Conviva Care. It used to be Conviva Care Center. She's going to update you on the full new name and everything like that. But Nee, this is August, so I know there's a lot of great stuff every month that we focus on when it comes to health and wellness. So get us started on what we're looking at in August.
Yes, sir. And I love that your first segment is all about revitalization
Yes.
of our planet,
Yep.
of the environment.
Yep.
So I like to call that a new buzzword for our segment this month. How about self-revitalization?
All
So
right.
it is, ladies and gentlemen, National Wellness Month in
All right,
August.
August. There
So
you go.
August-
My birthday month. Love it.
Same with me. Both of us have our birth month in August. August.
A lot of my family is
So-
August. We're all Leos.
Oh, wow.
Lions.
Okay.
Tyler, you're a Leo, aren't you?
No,
you're not.
Gemini.
You're a Gemini.
Ah,
I
yeah.
forget Tyler's
You're getting her
birthday.
speaking now on
Yes,
the show. I
yeah.
love it. Yes, yeah.
Got her
I
talking.
started the trend, right?
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, so the last time I was here in June, we basically wrap up our segment for the 6 months of pillars of lifestyle medicine, and now kicking off in August as National Wellness Month, we want to really highlight that National Wellness Month, let's talk self-care.
Right.
So self-care is never selfish. It is in fact self-revitalizing. It is essential to showing up for ourselves and for all those that we love. In order to show up for others, we have to show up first for ourselves.
Very true.
Today, let's explore simple, evidence-based, and science-backed ways to care for our mind, body, and spirit. If you want to follow along or catch the past episodes that we talked about, you can visit my blog at neemado.org, and the media tab is where I highlight all the links of previous interviews that we've had and through all the 6 pillars. So today we connect the dots with self-care and self-revitalization for National Wellness Month.
All
So
right.
let us begin.
Yes, it's going to be
Yes.
awesome. And for those of you who are out there, if you'd like to call in, you know what to do. Pick up the phone, dial those 10 numbers, 386-868-5622. 3411. That's 386-868-3411. And this program is being recorded. Nee's going to make sure I get it up on YouTube. She keeps after me because I'm kind of slow sometimes, but it'll be up.
It is all good.
And you'll be
yes.
able to watch it in your leisure. So, Nee, let's start with the 6 pillars in this 6-month journey that we've been on. How can we simplify those who are listening, those issues regarding self-care and self-compassion? Give us some of the practical tips.
I love it. Practical tips that we always kind of kickstart the day. So today we're tying the pillars all together from our nutrition, physical activity, sleep health, de-stress, social connectedness, and then the avoidance of risky substances with our self-compassion and simple, repeatable routines that actually stick, right? Together, these pillars build hope. So I hope that you each will feel the hope at the end of this segment, because many chronic conditions can improve with sustained lifestyle change. So let's start with defining our why, or defining your why. When we aligned our health choices with our values, purpose, and meaning, behavior change feels natural and not forced. Or there's no pressure anymore, right? So think of today's chat as approachable or approaches to loving ourselves more.
Oh, that's important.
A few simple anchors and reminders I want us to keep in mind is that one tiny habit per pillar as we go through these as reminders. Micro steps beat mega overhaul. Stack habits onto something you already do. So for example, if you're a coffee or tea drinker in the morning, you can do after morning coffee or tea, 2-minute stretch. So tag it along. And then lastly, compassion over perfection, because you want to celebrate your wins, and it is progress, not perfection.
All right.
And as you alluded to, my company with my move recently, I wanted to mention the actual name for Conviva. It is fully called Conviva Senior Primary Care, a CenterWell company.
It's too much for me. I can't get it.
You can keep it as Conviva. How about that? It is on my shirt.
I'm
just
just
as
Conviva Healthcare.
Yeah, Conviva. And now that we are in, as far as Volusia County, the Daytona market is how we call it. We officially have 10 locations.
All right.
Yes. So I have fully transferred over to the North Daytona clinic, which is located right on LPGA in the Bucky Plaza.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
that is.
and our newest provider joining the North Daytona location is named Dr. Brenda Liz Asensio, and she is bilingual. She speaks fluent Spanish also.
All right.
So I'm very lucky to have her to work with, and our team, power of 8 women and shining stars. They're very dynamic and full of energy. So I'm super excited, and we are starting to see new patients now. And then there are several of the insurances that we can go through at the end to review.
All righty.
Yes.
And I like that one tiny habit per pillar, and taking micro steps instead of trying to do a mega overhaul all at once. It can become too overwhelming sometimes when you try to look at the totality of what you need to do instead of just taking those small incremental steps that get you to your goal anyway.
Yes, yes.
People become overwhelmed sometimes looking at the big picture.
Absolutely. If you make a goal that you can't even start, then it
right.
won't even be doable from the get-go.
That's exactly right.
Yes.
It's like that old adage, how do you eat an elephant? You know, it's one bite at a time. Because if you look at the elephant, you say, I'll never eat that. But if you take one bite at a time, eventually
You'll get through it.
You'll get done. 386-868-3411 is our call-in number, 386-868-3411. My guest today is Nee Mado. She's a physician's associate at Conviva, and she's giving us our monthly health tip for this month. And today, everybody, you need to stay locked in because she's got a lot of great information that she's going to share with us today. So, Nee, how would you further define self-compassion? Because that word encompasses a whole lot. Self-compassion. And kind of give us some examples of what a self-care menu would look like.
I love that. So yes, practicing all of the 6 pillars is basically my go-to when it comes to caring for ourselves. So of course you can always visit more resources from my blog on each of the pillar, but I want to give everyone, if you have a pen and paper or pencil and paper, to write down these quick, memorable top 10 self-care menu. So you can pick 1 to 2 to start. All right, so menu item number 1 is nutrition, or simply eat well. So choose foods that love you and your body back, from colorful vegetables to fruits to fiber-rich, minimally processed foods, mostly wholesome plants. Menu number 2 item is physical activity, or simply move more. Aim for consistency over intensity. And 3 is restorative sleep. Simply sleep better. So guard a wind down routine a tech curfew, technology curfews, not just for the youth, but also for all of us adults.
You're saying a technology curfew is to turn your phone off, get away from the computer?
Correct. Yes, take your time away from all those blue lights.
Okay.
Correct.
All right.
Item number 4 is to de-stress. So simply stress less. Easier said than done, right?
Yes.
But we can use quick resets like breath work and deep breathing methods that we went through during our May 1st interview. So you can check that one out. Connectedness is item number 5, or simply love more. So nurturing supportive relationships, and I'm going to give us a quick reminder quote from our June segment, because the reminder of why relationships matter is taking care of your body is important, but tending to your relationships is a form of self-care too. That, I think, is the revelation. So that is from the Harvard Study of Adult Development, a quote from Dr. Robert Wadinger. The study was done for over 85 plus years and ongoing. So next item number 6 is avoiding risky substances, or simply mitigate risk-inducing or risky habits as much as possible. And making smart quit plans if you are doing any of those substances, with some positive social support. So SMART stands for, again, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. And we can return to that interview to know the whole prescription there. Number 7 on our menu is nature time. So simply enjoy the great outdoors. Right? Even 10 minutes, just 10 minutes each day of fresh air.
And we have no excuse here in Florida because it's warm all year long, so we should be able to get out and
it could be too warm, yes.
and enjoy nature.
Yes, or gardening is a lovely, yes, you can incorporate that. Number 8 is service. And I know Mo is not on, but she would love this one too. Simply serve our community. So helping others boost our own overall well-being. Now, mindfulness practices is our next item, meaning small, frequent moments of presence, which are all essential for self-care. And remember how I introduced the tapping technique, EFT? Yes. So that would be a great way as well as far as a mindfulness practice. And here you are, item number 10 on the menu. You can write in fill in the blank. Well, you don't write that in. You fill in the blank, but you name your go-to self-care method, because when you personalize it, you're more likely to repeat it.
So, that makes a lot of sense.
Yes. Those are your 10. And if you remember nothing else, that was a long list. Small steps, repeated often, with purpose, can change everything. So a motto today, because you like the tiny word, so the motto is tiny, repeatable, meaningful.
All right,
so
awesome.
Let's do that.
If you're just tuning in, my guest today is Nima Do. She is a physician's associate at Conviva, and this is our health segment for the month, the month of August, and she's giving us a lot of great information, and I hope you are listening and writing down some of this stuff. You can always play it back, and it'll be on YouTube a little bit later, and you can also go to Nima Do's site and find it there as well. If you'd like to call us, you could do that. Maybe you've got a health issue or a health question. Pick up the phone and dial those 10 numbers, 386-868-3411. That's 386-868-3411. We're in the Power Month of August. And if you're on Facebook and you have a question you'd like to, Tyler's monitoring the Facebook page. She'll write the question down, and we'll get that question on the air. So, Nee, please define wellness. That's kind of a broad term, wellness. And give us examples of approaches to being well. And I think being well, is it kind of a mindset that you feel like you're well? Are you going to talk about that a little bit?
I sure can.
Okay.
I can definitely touch on that. Yes. So it does vary, like you said, for different people.
Mm-hmm.
So always define it in your own terms. But in general, I want to just right off the bat, wellness is not an endpoint and it's not a destiny.
Okay.
Yes, for everyone to know it is a journey. So I'm on my wellness journey too. I'm not in perfect health, but I feel well. Overall, when I wake up in the morning, I have the energy to carry on with my day, and I have things to look forward to. And some people may define that I'm waking up because I want to hold my grandbaby. I'm waking up because I want to see my partners and look at them in the eyes. And it's just all different ways that can be defined as how well are you waking up today. I've
often said to people, every day is a gift, and you should have something for that day that you're looking forward to.
Absolutely, and
Yes,
it's
so
a daily
important
practice
Yeah.
of caring for the whole person.
Yeah.
So we're going back to the self-care a little bit, because whole person health is at the core of what in the medical field that I'm witnessing evolving over the course of time too, is we are caring holistically for the person. And so when the person is looking at themselves, they're not just going to care for their toes or their nails, they're going to care for their head to toes, like the whole person. So a few different approaches as examples. So I've written this out so that you can really visualize how can you holistically approach this. So with food, how can you build meals that is around fiber and phytonutrients, which is just a big word for meaning plants with fighting chemicals.
Okay.
Yeah, so fighting powers and antioxidants. So think of berries, leafy green, beans, whole grains, and other nourishing foods. And then when it comes to movement, schedule it like an appointment, because you have your annual wellnesses every year, you have your dental appointment twice a year. Keep it fun, walk with a friend, and have that connectedness, and dance between meetings. We didn't dance after the other session.
Dance between meetings. Okay.
Jumping jacks if you don't dance.
Right.
Strength training is huge. When we feel well, we want to feel strong.
Yes.
So if we can lift, we can do weights, then we feel actually stronger. And at least twice a week is the recommendation, at least.
Okay.
And then when it comes to sleep, create a wind down ritual. So cool, quiet, dark room, a consistent sleep and wake time is ideal, no matter if it's weeknight or weekend nights. And then stress. Remember our desserts? Yes, you remember. Yes, so the desserts method, we can elaborate on that more in a minute too, but yes, if you haven't heard of the desserts go-to method yet, it is an 8-step method. And then connections. And I feel like if we can join a group with purpose, if we are like working full-time, we're coming into work with purpose with that group, whether you join a faith-based community, volunteering, or simply just a hobby, whether it's power yoga or a yoga group as a hobby. And then these approaches are not only approachable, but they're meant to be doable. So if you think of one of them that you can start today, and the mindset, once you get going, And once you feel like, okay, I've never felt this good before, you will come back for more.
Oh, absolutely.
It's that the dopamine, the oxytocin,
Yes.
the serotonin, the
Yes.
endorphins that actually all come together
Yep.
and letting you know, hey, you're on the right path. And
You're
keep
right.
this up.
You're right. Because there's nothing like going to for your regular physical, your regular checkup, and getting that good news that, you know.
Clean bill of health.
Yeah, you got a clean bill. I mean, you just walk out of the doctor's office kind of on cloud nine. You're kind of floating because it is a mindset. You feel better when you get that report that says you are, you know, in fairly good shape. And no issues or things that you need to really be concerned about, at least for today.
Absolutely,
At
yes.
least for today.
And that those lab work, and we do a lot of annual wellnesses for all of our patients at least once a year. We are reflecting on how they've been doing for the last 3 to 4 months of the lab sets
Yes.
that is in their blood work.
And I
So-
get that done religiously. In fact, I have an appointment coming up this month, and I have to go for the lab work first. If you're just tuning in, it's Let's Chat America. This is our health segment with Nima Doe. She is a physician's associate at Conviva, and she's giving us our healthy tips for the month of August. If you'd like to call in with a question of your own about health, give us a call. Pick up the phone. Dial those 10 numbers, 386-868-3411, 386-868-3411. So, Nee, finally, any advice or top tips that you want to share with us for kind of transitioning into that healthier lifestyle, knowing, first of all, that our behaviors will be affected, not might be, but will be affected by our emotional state, no matter what kind of lifestyle medicine pillar we are working on at the moment?
Yes, absolutely. You are right on with that. The behavioral change, our habits has to be a part of this whole
process. Yes.
So we want to plan for variety, right? So you won't want to be bored. You want to block time on your schedule because showing up with self-care, you do require time for you. And use accountability to stay consistent. So if you have a accountability partner, whether it's your neighbor, your spouse, your sibling, you know, just to have as a nudger. And then the emotional state. So think stress reduction, again, stressing less. And I think this is a perfect segue to go into our desserts. Again, yes, the desserts method will be mentioned. So is this a quiz of those who have been listening in the past. So D is for deeply breathe. E is to exercise consistently. So over intensity, right? It's consistently. S is to sleep soundly. The next one, S again, is to surround yourself with supporters. E is to eat the foods that love you and your body back. R is to relax mindfully in nature because nature is very healing. T is to try something new. And then finally, share your story and your laughter is the last S. So remember that stress is unavoidable, but it is 100% or 1,000% manageable and transformable with the right tools. And support from your family, friends can help both your physical and mental health. Seek out positive networks. Reduce toxic influences. Make space for shared experiences. And more laughter. Yes, laughing is medicine.
Very important.
More practical tip, you can visit nimado.org for those. And then behavior change. I love this that you mentioned about. So behavior changes stick when it's simple, social, and scheduled. So there's your 3 S's. So tie it to identity and values. So mirror talk. So we want to become something more positive. If we are more pessimistic, for example, here it is. I am a person who cares for my future self. So I am a positive person. You can really have a mirror talk. Talk to yourself, look at yourself in the eyes, and say something positive. And then make it tiny. Here's the word tiny again. How about 8 squats while brushing our teeth? Which beats a 60-minute workout plan that you won't start. Right? Yes. I was going to put 10, but I'm like, I'm not going to do double digits yet. I'll do 8 because 8 is my favorite number. The 8th month of the year.
All right.
Put it on the calendar. Speaking of the month, treat movement meals, and sleep-like appointments. And sleep ideally for adults
That's a
listening,
good tip. Very good tip.
7 to 9 hours
Yeah.
is restful sleep recommended. Use friction wisely. So you want to keep your fruits visible for your snacks. And then put that TV remote, if you do use a TV or have a TV, far away so that you have to walk there to turn it
get it,
on.
yeah.
Or just simply take out the battery of the remote.
That's the way we had to do it back when I was a kid.
Yeah.
There was no remote. You had to get up, go turn the TV.
There you go. Yes,
And that
yes.
gave you a little bit of exercise
Yes.
anyway.
And then the blue light situation to enabling the nighttime mode automatically so that you don't have to remember to do it every time. So automation on certain things.
Yeah.
Like so accountability, again, like having a partner, having a class that you can actually consistently have on your schedule or put your self-care block of time on your own calendar. You can find the nearest wellness center. So I will allude to all of the wellness centers for all of Conviva throughout Volusia County at the end here. And the bonus is the new wellness center is opening at North Daytona as well, and Darcy is leading it. And finally, we want to celebrate small wins.
Yes.
So your brain repeats what you reward. Positive associations matter. Yeah.
So that's that dopamine that kind of makes us feel good, right?
Yes,
When we
so
reward ourselves.
I borrowed this from my friend and colleague from the American College of Lifestyle Medicine, Sammy Mansfield. She called it the doses. So
The
you
doses.
remember the acronym. D is dopamine, O is oxytocin, S is serotonin, and E is endorphins.
right.
So get your doses
Get your
in.
doses.
Yes.
Very good. So we've got some time. So let's look at some of this rapid fire self-care. Since we've got about 9 minutes.
Oh, great. Yes.
we can kind of get some of this stuff in. Talk about what that rapid fire self-care is all about.
Yes, this is our lightning round, right?
Yeah.
So if you still have your pen and pencil with that paper, you have to really try, or you can pause and then re-listen to this part later. So this is a week starter plan. So if I may, if I can write you, for example, I'll show you how a lifestyle medicine prescription look like, is like so. It's like on a prescription pad. So if I may write you a Monday through Sunday plan, how would I write an example one? So on Monday, 10-minute outdoor walk plus add 1 colorful veggie at dinner. Okay? On Tuesday, let's go to a 2-minute mindful breathing round before each meal. And that mindful breath begins with you with lips sealed, inhaling into the nose, breathing through the nostrils. Hold at the end of the breath, then exhaling, prolonging on the exhalation all the way out through the nose. So you want to do that round of mindful breathing. On Wednesday, you may add strength day. So body weight squats or wall push-ups for your upper extremities too. And push-ups, do these at least for 10 minutes, okay, in the session. Push-ups are a great full body total workout, and it really predicts how long and strong that you are living. And I actually have a nice little article that I came across from Blue Zones recently, and if we do have time, I would love to read that part at the end. Now Thursday, we're getting to Thursday, technology off for 2 hours before bed. And then get that room cool, dark, and quiet, right?
All right. My wife loves that.
Yes. And Friday, call or text a friend to share a win. So that's your connectedness.
Right.
On Saturday, try a new whole food, plant predominant recipe and avoid risky behaviors. I'm asking a lot for a Saturday night, right?
Yes.
And then on Sunday, plan your movement and meals for the next week. And then set reminders for any pillars that you're practicing on. So this is a neat little week starter plan. If you want to kickstart on this, come the weekend, and then you can plan for the whole next week.
And you can put this right into your phone, so it kind of pops up and reminds you each day what you're going to be doing.
Absolutely.
So you may have to play this back, folks, because I know Nee went through it kind of quickly, but play it back slowly, and you can write some of this stuff down. Put it in your calendar. I mean, these health tips will have you live longer. And I think that's the goal of most of us.
Also healthier. So if you
and
are
healthier.
gaining more years to your life, but
Yes.
you're not adding the life to
your
your
years,
years,
yeah.
the health span is just as important as that lifespan.
No doubt about it.
So we have to work on both. And when you actually improve your health span, automatically your lifespan does prolong.
Yes,
So you
yes.
can live long and healthfully is the whole goal.
And
Yes.
Lee, there's several wellness centers around that Conviva
Yes.
shares some of those wellness center
Absolutely.
locations.
So all throughout our Daytona market in Volusia County, we have from Palm Coast, Conviva with a wellness center in place. We have 10 locations, and out of 10, there are 7 now wellness centers. So Palm Coast has a wellness center. Ormond Beach has a wellness center. As you move a little more south, now North Daytona, the newest location right by Bucky, is a wellness center opening starting in September officially. And then our South Daytona location has a wellness center. The Port Oranges, I have to think of like where the map is. Both Port Orange is East Port Orange and regular Port Orange have wellness centers as well. And you go a little west, Orange City also has a wellness center also.
Okay.
And all with activity coordinators in there. And like I mentioned, Darcy Adams Sciano is our newest wellness or activity coordinator at the wellness center in our North Daytona location. And she's lovely and full of energy, and I'm sure that she has already started a draft, as a matter of fact, of the activities for September, and September being our theme of Nutrition Awareness Month. So she actually have all kinds of different, she will be playing some videos from our broadcast too,
Okay,
to the
great,
audience
great,
coming in.
great.
Also, so you can feel free to have some video and popcorn time over at the
Okay.
center, for example, on September 4th. She has Zumba, Tai Chi. She teaches adaptive yoga.
All right.
So she has adaptive yoga at least a couple times a week, every single week throughout the whole calendar. She has some nutrition goals workshop because focusing on the theme of nutrition. And these are all free to all community members. So you can bring a friend with you too. A lot of our patients will bring a spouse with them, whether or not they're a patient at the clinic, and they can grow together into that journey to better health and better lifespan and health span. And then she also included some fall prevention workshop, which is actually a big topic nowadays with the rates of falls that we have. And the focus that Darcy had really tried to put as a theme is the pillars of lifestyle medicine. So we're going to try to live and implement and put them as actionable as possible. There are some lunches that are approved and that are provided. So there are several different sessions on here that include meals. So you can definitely check out and come by our center to stop at the Wellness Center for the calendar.
That's awesome. And as Nee said, everybody, these are free. And you can bring a friend and participate in some of these wellness center activities that Conviva holds in our community and in Volusia County. So
I will mention the
yep.
phone number
yes,
too.
please do,
Yes,
because we got
yes.
2 minutes. Well, 1 minute, because
Oh,
I got
okay.
1 minute.
Yeah, so Conviva phone number, the main phone number is 1-855-888-4874. And then the local number is 386-241-1657. So, and then I'll have a little final reminder after your part, if you'd like.
No, give it to us now.
Okay, yes. So living healthfully doesn't have to be complicated. Let's start small, repeat often, and surround yourself with supportive people. Plant the seeds now for you and the next generation. Let's find handouts, quick guides, and all those past interviews on the media tab of mynimado.org. And thanks for being a part of a self-care culture. We need that
All right.
throughout the nation.
All right. Thank you. And everybody, you have been listening to Nee Ma Do. She's a physician's associate with Conviva, and she has given us a lot of great information, great community information. And you can Google the wellness centers for Conviva. They're all over Volusia County. and just walk in. These are free, and the activities will help you stay healthy, and that is so important. And give you a lot of great tips. Nee gives us the tips once a month, but you can get even more information through Conviva by just walking in and sharing with them what some of your issues or questions might be. We want to thank you because we are up against the clock and we've got to get out of here. But we will have Nee back as always. We'll let you know when, and we'll put this on YouTube so that you can go back, review it, and write down whatever you missed in the live interview. Thank you so much for listening. We love you. We'll be right back here tomorrow, same time, same place, 12 noon. Joy 106.3 FM. Love you. Bye-bye.
Thank you all.
Thanks for listening, and we hope you have enjoyed today.